Hey fellow enthusiasts, if you want to know what it is that I actually do for a living, then this video is for you.
Here we go.
Hey fellow enthusiasts, my name is Tommy Lanham and I am on a mission to break the monotony of the mundane and the mediocre by bringing as much enthusiasm to as many businesses, ministries, marriages, and individual lives as I possibly can. Whenever you are out where you meet new people, inevitably the question always comes up, what do you do? And used to, I would answer that question with this, I'm a professional speaker and a life coach. And the response is, well, that's interesting. And then the next thing I say is, what do you do? And then they tell me what they do, and then we go into talking about the weather or the most recent sporting event or something like that. I have since changed that. Because I do professional speaking and life coaching, but those are not things that I actually do. Those are tools that I use to do what I actually do. So now when people ask me, so, Tommy, what do you do? This is my response. I use speaking and coaching to bring the power of enthusiasm to those who are ready to inspire their fire. Because I believe that better explains what it is that I do. I don't just speak and I don't just coach, but I speak and coach with a purpose to bring the power of enthusiasm to those who are ready to inspire their fire. Because I believe that word enthusiasm holds great significance. The word originally meant God in you. It came from two Greek words. The E-N is a Greek word, comes from a Greek word that means in. The T-H-U-S is a form of the Greek word theo, which is the Greek word for God. It's where we get our English word theology, which means a study of God. And so the original meaning of this word enthusiasm literally meant God in you or God inspired. And I've actually come up with my own definition of enthusiasm that I believe is tightly connected to that definition, but this is it. My definition of enthusiasm is a God-inspired fire ignited deep within your soul that drives you to never settle, to live with passion, and to turn the world upside down. And so what I do is I use speaking and coaching to inspire that in people, to bring the power of enthusiasm to those who are ready to inspire their fire. Because I think the opposite of that is to live a mundane life. Now, we talked about the meaning of enthusiasm and the spiritual connotation of that. The word mundane actually has a spiritual connotation as well. The word mundane, when we think of it as boring or day to day or just empty of enthusiasm. But another meaning of the word mundane is relating to this world, earthly or worldly, as in contrast to the heavenly. Now, isn't that interesting? That enthusiasm means God in you, and the mundane means to be more worldly focused and not heavenly focused. And so we have these two extremes. We can live with enthusiasm, or we can live a mundane life. Those that choose enthusiasm, I call them enthusiasts. If you notice, I open up every one of these videos with, hey, fellow enthusiasts, because I want you to be a part of this journey. I want you to live that enthusiasm. I want you to have that God-inspired fire that's ignited deep within your soul that drives you to never settle, to live with passion, and to turn the world upside down. That is my desire, and so I call you fellow enthusiasts. If you're watching these videos, if you come to my live events, hey, we are fellow enthusiasts together. Now, what do I call those that choose the mundane life? I call them the mundanians. They are the mundanians. They are the ones that have somewhere along the way, they have said no to their dreams. They have said no to climbing to their God-given potential. They have said no to all this stuff that God has in store for them. And they have chosen just a mundane life. They are the mundanians. And typically what they do, instead of encouraging you in what you do with your enthusiasm, they try to drag you down into their life of the mundane. And each one of us has a mundanian inside of us that oftentimes tries to pull us there. So you got to make that decision. Are you going to live a life of enthusiasm, or are you going to live a mundane life? My goal, what I do with my speaking and coaching, is to bring the power of enthusiasm to those who are ready to inspire their fire. Matter of fact, my purpose statement for what it is that I do, I am on a mission to break the monotony of the mundane and the mediocre by bringing as much enthusiasm to as many businesses, ministries, marriages, and individual lives as I possibly can. That is what I do. So, breaking this down just a little bit, what is it that I do? I break the monotony of the mundane and the mediocre through the power of enthusiasm. Who do I do it for? Businesses, ministries, marriages, and individuals who are ready to inspire their fire. How do I do it? I use speaking, I use coaching primarily, but I also use these videos, I use my blogs, I use my books, I use articles. My goal is to use my gifts to inspire that fire inside of you so that you use your gifts. Because when you do, it will not only feed your enthusiasm, I believe it will feed everybody else's enthusiasm as well.